Blog Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it again. I am back at it again, man. And let me tell you something. What a game we have just watched. We just finished watching the New York Jets beat the Miami Dolphins 40-17. Yes, I said it. 40-17. The New York Jets were able to take care of business against the Miami Dolphins and get the job done. This was a complete win. A complete win by the New York Jets, where we saw young players step up. We saw the defense step up. We saw the Jets be able to run the football effectively. We saw it all from this New York Jets football team, and I'm telling you, we couldn't be more proud, man. Oh. Listen, so before we get into it, I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. Listen, your boys also on Twitter as well. Okay, go on Twitter, search at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe. All right, follow that page. You can also follow my regular page as well, at YoungJ000, at YoungJ000. Okay, go ahead and follow that page too. And, holler at me. Talk to me about what you saw on this Jets football team today against the Dolphins. Talk to me about the game that you saw. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how strong you felt about the performance, because I felt very strong. We also live stream as well during the games too. We also live stream the radio show as well. So if you want to check that out, come on over to YouTube. Okay, when you go over to YouTube, type in Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. All right, and that will bring you to the show. All right, go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. All right, that's a big thing, a big deal here. Okay, a lot of things moving and shaking around here. We're also, again, live on iTunes as well, or I post my content on iTunes as well, podcast. Going over to iTunes, search The Long Beach Joe Show, The Long Beach Joe Show on iTunes. You know what I mean? So go ahead and subscribe. Leave me some feedback as well. I want to thank everybody that does that. Now, listen, we're going to get into it. I know we got callers. 1 second. You know what I'm saying? Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I am taking all callers. All right? We're taking all callers. Now, listen. This game was a great game from the New York Jets. A great game from the New York Jets. Early, we came out. We set the tone. We were physical. We were fast. We let them know we were not going to play around. All right? Sulla, Albridge dialed up the pressure early, bringing Sauce off that corner in a blitz, smacked Teddy Bridgewater in the end zone. Now, Teddy tried to get the ball away. Refs ruled, hey, there was no receiver over there. So he gets an intentional grounding call because it's in the end zone. The New York Jets do what? They get the safety. That puts us up 2-0. Not only does that happen as well, right? Teddy Bridgewater is also taken out of the game at that point because he's in the concussion protocol. He actually subsequently ends up leaving the game. He's out for the rest of the game. So immediately we start putting it on them early. Now they have to go to their other backup, now Thompson. We get the ball back on the safety. We're trying to drive down, kind of sputters, stops. Greg Zuerlein ends up hitting that 34-yard field goal. All right, cool. We'll take that. We were hoping we could punch things in because, hey, we were trying to get some things rolling, early offensively. That's what we wanted to see. But guess what? The New York Jets just kept moving, and eventually we get a touchdown. We get a touchdown score, driving down the football field. Bryce Hall, was the guy that really lit that up. Zach Wilson's able to find him for 79 yards. He keeps scooting, gets on down the middle, and then Michael Carter ends up punching it in. That puts us up 12-0. So now we're feeling real good. We're feeling unbelievable. We're feeling amazing. Miami answers. They drive back down. And again, we had some issues with Miami today, particularly with their running game. Their running game really gave us some problems today. But I'll tell you what, this guy Thompson, when he had time back there, he was finding guys. He was 19 of 33 on the day, 166 yards. Also had an interception. He gave it to us. But one of the big things that killed us today was penalties, especially against Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill had 7 catches for 47 yards on the day, but if they would have racked up the penalty yards, he would have had well over 100 yards. The New York Jets had 5 penalties today for 105 yards. Oh, it was nasty out there. It was killing us early. So the Dolphins were able to answer with a score, though. They were able to get Mozart in for a 12-yard rush, 12-yard running touchdown. We had some issues stopping him as well on the day. He had 113 yards on the ground. They were running the ball hard and heavy at us at one point, and we didn't really have an answer. But we continued on. Kept pushing. Zach Wilson was able to find the end zone as well for another score after a 5-yard rush. And we just kept it moving. We just kept trying to find a way. But then right before the half, something happened. The Dolphins were able to get a score. Smythe was able to rush in for a 1-yard touchdown. And then the Dolphins got the ball back after the half when we were all running. And even before the half, there was a lot of discombobulation with them. A lot. They couldn't get the play calls in on time. They had like 29 seconds to drive down the field. They were able to do that, and Smythe was able to punch it in after some calls. Then they came out after the half. Jason Sanders was able to hit a field goal. We were able to hold them. So then we're all sitting there. At this point, it's 17-19, and we're like, hey, the New York Jets have to answer. They have to find a way. They have to find a way to answer what the Dolphins are doing, and the Jets did. They rattled off a bunch of points in that fourth quarter to really close it out. Michael Carter, again, had another 1-yard touchdown. A lot of these things were set up by Breece Hall. Breece Hall was in on the day. I'm telling you, he did his thing. Breece Hall had 97 yards rushing. He had a touchdown on the day. He was also big in the receiving game as well. 2 catches for 100 yards. Our defense was also phenomenal as well on the day, too. Phenomenal. Sauce, unbelievable. Not just the hit on Teddy Bridgewater early. Sauce also had an interception in this game as well, which was brought on by John Franklin Myers and his pass rush. He actually threw Thomas off on a throw, hit his arm, and the ball came out. Quinton Williams had half a sack a day as well. John Franklin Myers, like I just talked about, had half a sack. Carl Lawson had a sack on the day. I'm telling you, it was just guys were putting it together, putting it all together out there, man. And the Jets just continued forward. Now we're up 26-17 after the Carter rush. Then we continue to run the football hard down their throats. Continue to run it hard. Breece Hall gets another 5-yard rush for a touchdown. That was big. Now we're up 33-17. We're feeling amazing, but we weren't done yet. We weren't done. The pass rush got activated. We're getting after Thompson. We're closing things out with the Dolphins. Then Braxton Berrios has a 15-yard rush for a touchdown, too. This Jets football team put together a complete day. Complete day. We saw big hits by Quan Alexander today. He made a big play against Gaskins for a turnover on downs for the Dolphins when they were trying to get back into the game. Made a big tackle. We saw big hits by Whitehead. Again, Garner played unbelievable. DJ Reed had his plays, too. Jalen Waddle, a lot of people talked about him. I did as well. He didn't have a huge day against us at all. 3 catches for 23 yards. That guy got the clamps put on him. Mike Gesicki had 1 catch for 30 yards. This Jets secondary played unbelievable. This Jets defense played unbelievable today. And it showed when it was in the clutch. If we were the old Jets, we would have fell apart down the stretch, and that did not happen today. We continued to push forward. Even with the adversity, even when our offense was sputtering, we continued to push forward, and we continued to find our way. Continue to find our way. What an impressive win by the New York Jets. A complete team win. Zach Wilson was 14-21 today, 210 yards. He did what it took. He took what the defense gave him all day. All day. That's how we got the W. New York Jets are looking good, man. And I'm fired up because, again, a lot of our young guys, and I'll get to the callers in just a second. 813, I'll be coming directly to you. Breece Hall, Sauce Garner, Garrett Wilson. These guys put on today. Garrett Wilson had some great catches in this football game as well that helped us extend drives too. Garrett Wilson had 3 catches for 27 yards today. Made a lot of good plays, a lot of good moves. Corey Davis also came up big with some catches down the stretch too. 2 catches for 38 yards. This was a complete game today by the New York Jets. All phases clicking. Even our special teams. Braden Mann with a lot of great punts today. A lot of great punts. Zerline hit his field goals, hit his extra points. We looked good. Our offensive line, even with all the things moving around, Dwayne Brown starting today, ATV at right tackle, we got it done. We got it done. This was a great victory by the New York Jets today, and it's putting the league on notice. Putting the league on notice. We're a young team with a lot of talent, and if you think you're going to play around with us, you better get your mind right. Now we're going to get to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. First caller I'm going to is Ted. We're coming directly to Ted. For those of you that do not know, my guy Ted, he's a savage. Savage. Listen, Ted, I want to thank you for calling in, man. Give me your thoughts about this performance for this New York Jets football team. How did you feel about this offense today, man?
Joe, everything was amazing. I can't find anything that we did practically wrong except the things that you mentioned, which was the penalties on the defense.
Yep.
But what you said at the end when you said Zach Wilson, whatever you said, 14 for 21, 200. If we can run the ball and play defense and step up like we did today, we can play against any team, even Buffalo.
Yeah.
So if they can continue to solidify the line a little bit more, keep the running game going, stay healthy, have Zach get a few more games under his belt. And like I said, lots of Lambeau where they have no-name receivers. Look what the Giants did to him last week. Today rather.
Yeah.
Look what the Giants did to him today. You can name one guy in that receiving, Lazard.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You can name Lazard. Other than that, maybe the other guy, the tight end, Mercedes or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Mercedes Lewis.
Named after a car, I guess. Joe, we're a team on the rise.
Yeah.
We're not that. They can't laugh at us anymore.
No.
Everyone thinks we're the same old Jets, but sorry.
Yeah, and
Go
that's
ahead, Joe.
Listen. I'm telling you, Ted, you're bringing takes. Listen, that's what I was so surprised today. One of the things that surprised me was our ability to run the ball. Right, we've been struggling with that, especially in the last game. We talked about that. Our running game would just fall apart. We become one-dimensional. Well, today, that did not happen, and it was because we were able to hand the ball to our young guy, Breece Hall, who was carrying us at times, right? Hard runs, just constantly. Again, he had 18 carries today for 97 yards. He also had a touchdown. Give me your thoughts about the impact of Breece Hall offensively in this football game. How did you feel about his contributions, not only running the football, but also coming out the backfield catching the ball?
Joe, I saw him at Iowa State. I knew when we had this draft that we had so much more talent on the offense, especially with him and Wilson. Breece, I still like Carter, but Breece, like I said last week, he could be the number one, and he might have taken over the number one running back position. He's just dynamic. He's got speed, got the vision. He's got a burst of speed that's a little under the radar,
Yeah.
I think. I don't think people realize how quick he is.
Yep.
Makes the corner there. He's a very solid player. I don't know where to go. Joe, can I make 2 points though? Real quick?
Go ahead. Make your points. Give me
Our punting game, our special teams is amazing. Our punter pinned them down twice inside the 10, I believe.
Yep.
And Jeff Ulbrich is probably not going to get enough credit for the defensive adjustments after the half. After Miami got it close, he started blitzing, and doing different things he's like, this kid is not going to sit back here and pick us apart.
Yeah.
So we're going to be aggressive, a little more aggressive. And they got him into, we got a few sacks, more hits, and we got the turnover. And then it just became a laugher.
Yeah.
Which is nice once in a while, isn't it?
Is it, man, you tell me. Absolutely it is. And that's where I want to go with you next. You talked about the defense. Listen, Quinton Williams gets a sack. I think this is his he's had a sack in the last 3 games. Give me your thoughts about this pass rush. We saw Carl Lawson come up with the big strip sack as well. That was huge. John Franklin Myers was putting a lot of pressure on. He got half a sack. Give me your thoughts about this front, getting to Thompson early, often, and making his day rough, man.
Yes, sir. Well, John Franklin Meyer, to me, he had the sack or the hit, and he hit the arm of the quarterback, and on the Sauce Gardner pick, and I think Sauce could have had a pick 6 on that if it was a clean throw. I mean, he was jumping the route. I think he might have had a pick 6.
Yeah.
But Quinton had the sack that John Franklin Meyer put the pressure on, and then Quinton also had the fumble recovery, and that's the stiff arm on Tyreek Hill was great because Tyreek didn't do much. I mean, the receivers didn't do anything.
Yeah.
They hardly did anything until garbage time. I mean, they had a few plays where, Waddle, I was waiting for a Gesicki sighting, but I don't know if he just quit in the game. I mean, all these people saying the weapons, blah, blah, blah. I know it was not the starting quarterback. Granted, Bridgewater was out. But the game got going from Miami. Mostert was having his way a little bit, but then they kind of shut that down. And when they went down big, they had to throw. So that that was going to be trouble, especially with a kid who never played a snap. Okay, I mean, considering, I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he imploded.
Yeah, I mean.
But
yeah, their running game, they were running on us kind of heavy at one point. It would seem like we couldn't stop Mozart, but I tell you what, there were a lot of issues with the penalties as well, too. I thought that we should have gotten some penalties that we didn't get to, but there was some ugly stuff. Now, my final question for you before I let you go, man, when you're watching Sauce Gardner go out there and do the work that he's doing, how are you feeling about this young kid, right? I mean, these rookies that we got, again, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson looking phenomenal today, but Sauce defensively I thought was like the game he put on today was masterful. Give me your thoughts about him before I let you go. How do you feel about his contributions today to this victory?
Joe, when you did the show in April on the draft, and I was chiming for Sauce Gardner and Kyle Hamilton, and I knew we had to upgrade our secondary. We couldn't have wide open receivers. We couldn't have missed tackles like crazy. That's all we saw last year. And now we have a mix of the Quan Alexanders and the safety from the Bucks. I forgot his name.
Jordan Whitehead. Whitehead.
Yes, sir. Jordan Whitehead. And then we have the young players in there. Unfortunately, Jermaine Johnson got hurt today. We have to see how bad his injury is.
Yeah.
But we have a mixture of these young players gelling with that. But Sauce, I don't know what his ceiling is, but it's pretty darn high. It's pretty darn high. I don't think he reached the heights in college, but I don't know. He certainly hasn't reached them in the NFL.
Yeah, he's going to be phenomenal, man. He's going to be phenomenal. Listen, Ted, I got to get to these lines. They are hot. I got to slide off. I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
You will, Joe. I'll be in the let's go out and beat the Packers and their no-name offense. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was sulking today. Practically crying. So guess what? Let's sneak in there and take another W. Right. Have a good one, Joe.
All right, you have a good one. Listen, Ted calling in with takes, man. Listen, we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers. Next, I'm going to my guy in Atlanta, 404. Steve will be coming to you next. Other callers will be coming to you after this as well. I'm going to my guy in Atlanta. I want to see what he's got to say about these Jets. Listen, salutes to you, my friend.
Yeah.
man.
Hey, listen, hold on. Let me hit you with it, all right? Let me hit him with it, okay? It's our time. It's our time. Listen, you saw the green out there today. You saw Breece Hall. You saw Zach Wilson. You saw Garrett Wilson. You saw Corey Davis. Give me your thoughts about the Jets' offense today. Were you impressed with Zach Wilson? Were you impressed with what we saw with the running game as well with Breece Hall?
Hey, before I do that, I got to say, 2 weeks ago when I called in, it was dire calls on this line. People were talking about the Steelers were going to run y'all over.
Yeah.
And I had to kind of set y'all straight and let y'all know that not only were the Steelers not good, but I expected y'all to win that game. And then the calls started to shift. Y'all remember that, whoever was listening 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I'm just saying, man, because y'all was talking crazy. And I'm like, dude, this team is not bad. What are y'all talking about? But anyway, getting to the game today, what you saw was not only is Saleh a good coach and is being unfairly marginalized and talked about in the media in a really bad way, but this team is a few pieces away from being a competitive, playoff level team, which is what matters. Once you get in the dance, anything can happen. But when you have the pieces that you have, when you have a Breece Hall who is a factor back, who can make things happen, and you have a Michael Carter as basically now the 1A, the 1B, I guess you could say, as a back, and that receiving core, and then we're watching the development of Zach Wilson as it goes, and the most important thing for a young quarterback nowadays in today's game is what? Mobility. Zach Wilson has mobility. So we saw a team look across the field and say, wait a minute, these guys aren't that good. They're down to their back. We're about to beat the hell out of them, and so they did. So shout out to the Jets. Shout out to the fans. This is going to be a good, fun season. Don't get too crazy and start talking about AFC Championship games. But these are the building blocks that set you up for the future of seeing that AFC Championship game.
Yeah,
I loved every minute of it, man. Shout out to the Jets, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when you talk about building blocks, again, a big building block, and especially in today's game, is the cornerback position. Sauce was phenomenal today, I thought. Give me your thoughts on watching this kid go out there and handle business the way he did. Of course, we saw some pass interference calls from Tyreek, but man, pretty much shut down Jalen Waddle. Everybody else, pretty much, there was nothing to really hear from in that Dolphins wide receiver core. Give me your thoughts about the way that Sauce performed today against these Dolphins, man.
He performed the way he should have. He was dominant today in a way that, look, they didn't have Tua out there. They didn't even have Teddy Bridgewater out there. So, therefore, you're kind of playing with a stacked deck. So, when you're playing with a stacked deck, you should dominate. And that's exactly what he did. Now, look, I don't want anybody to wish upon any cornerback the matchup of Tyreek Hill on any Sunday. But today, when you got the backup in, it's you getting that work. And, yeah, Sauce Gardner is the real deal. You don't see them using, safety help. You don't see them trying to, put training wheels on him. They just threw him into the fire from day one, and he's proven to be one of those guys. And, again, I don't want to invoke that name because you know what that name means. That island that we like to talk about. I don't want to do it.
Don't do that.
That island is already a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Big paws on the puppy. Let's say that.
Yeah. Listen,
big paws on the puppy.
I hear you. I don't. I know people want to talk about that island, but at this point, let them get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. Let them get lost in the sauce. That's what I'm about. So here we go. Let them get lost in the sauce. That's all I'm saying. All right. Now, my final question before I let you go, my friend, is one of the biggest issues I think that there's been for years with this Jets defense is that we haven't been able to get after the quarterback. Well, today, especially as the game continued on down the stretch, we saw our pass rush really grow and be able to make plays. How did you feel about watching John Franklin Myers, Lawson, and Quinton Williams, a guy that we're really looking to step up, have yet another sack in, 3 games? How are you feeling about the performance of our front against this Dolphins offense?
Yeah, well, this is kind of where I got to take it down a couple of levels. In a game against a rookie, brought off the bench because of injury, I would expect the pass rush to be able to get after him because his processing speed is a little slowed down. Not really familiar with the roster as far as playing with those guys and getting real live snaps. So I really can't give the defense too much credit on this just because you kind of got a layup today. But there are good signs for going forward, but we need a bigger test to really know what we have.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I hear your take there, but you play who's on the field, and those guys were on the field. So I'm gonna let you go, my friend. Thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have yourself a good one, all right? Listen, they're calling in. We're giving takes, man. It's takes flying, bro. Again, we'll keep getting to these lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Again, when you call in, please be patient. We'll get to everybody. Make sure your background is free and clear of noise, all right? I need to hear you, and no cursing on my show, okay? Don't call in talking crazy. It's a family show, all right? We want to hear from everybody. So we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next, we're going to 732. 732. You're looking like a new caller. Give me your name, where you're from, and give me your thoughts about this New York Jets defense performance against the Dolphins. How are you feeling about it? 732. Going once, going twice, 732. All right, we'll come back to you later maybe. Now we're going to my guy, Steve. Steve, we're coming directly to you. Steve salutes. This is a guy that knows what he's talking about. Steve, I will not wait to talk to you, man. Steve, we're coming off of a big win. We just beat the Dolphins, all right, 17-40. How did you feel about this New York Jets football team today? The effort that they showed, the ability, the young guys, Breece Hall stepping up, everybody stepping up offensively. How did you feel about this game, man?
Oh, my God, Joe. All I can say is, wow. For the very first time in a very, very long time, I have never been so happy about a win as we got today.
Yep.
Because this is the first time Jets have had a double-digit win since 2019 when we beat the Raiders 34-3 at home.
Mm-hmm.
That game, Joe, I got to just tell you something right now. When we were playing in this game, and after when Bridgewater went out, now we're facing the third-string quarterback in Skylar Thompson.
Yep.
And I got to be honest, I was thinking to myself, oh, my God, this is a third-string quarterback again. We're going to struggle because the Jets never, ever have done well against a third-stringer. A third-stringer always finds a way to beat us. And finally, we're able to do it. Let me tell you, first off, I'm going to start off with this. Breece Hall is a beast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying this right now. That was one of the best games. And Zach Wilson didn't even have to throw a touchdown in this game. All he had to do was run. Breece Hall got one. He even got one. Michael Carter got two. Braxton Berrios at the end. And we scored over 40 points in this game today.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Sauce Gardner, first career INT. What a way to do it against a divisional rival, against the Dolphins. And we even did well today against Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. They did nothing in this game today.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nothing. I mean, Tyreek Hill had some flashes. The best part, though, was when Quinton Williams stiff-armed Tyreek Hill on that fumble recovery.
Yeah. I mean, man, let me tell you something.
That was great.
Man, let me tell you something. You talked about Breece Hall. Breece Hall, we really leaned on him in this game at times, especially, again, running the football. He had some really good runs and some critical drives to try to settle the game when it felt like the Dolphins were trying to find their way to get back in. And even, with him, again, catching the football coming out the backfield was huge to us. Huge gains coming out to that. He set up a lot of our drives that ended up in points too, just off of those catches. But when you go over to the defensive side of the ball, and you talked about it, Quinton Williams, Carl Lawson, John Franklin Myers, the impact that they had today was great. What were your thoughts about the pass rush that we saw, especially, again, down the stretch when it mattered the most? We saw Carl Lawson get the strip sack. We saw Quinton Williams get the sack. How did you feel about the performances of our front today against this Miami Dolphins offensive line?
Yeah, no, the defensive front played great. The only thing that I was a bit disappointed was with the Jets defense in this game, Joe. I thought in the second quarter the Jets defense did not play well, despite the fact that Sauce Gardner did get the pick that did lead to the Zach Wilson touchdown. I thought that the defense did not play good in the second, because there were times where Raheem Mostert was running the ball very, very well on us.
Yeah.
And that was one thing. And everybody all thought at first, it was like, watch, the Dolphins are going to come back now and they're going to get this win. They're going to come back. They're going to finally beat us. But let me tell you something, Joe. As a New York passionate Jets fan, it is always great to beat the Dolphins.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. And look, I get it. There were times, like you said as well, where Mostert was really ripping and running, and it just seemed like we couldn't bring the guy down. He was just all over the place. I mean, we couldn't tackle him. He was breaking for yards, and he did have over 100 yards on us on the day. But look, when we needed to take care of business, we did. We got to Thompson. We got the strip sack. We secured that. We were able, to hold them off at times, and we got the W. And that's the big thing for us. So like I said, I thought the defense played okay. Again, we did give up some yards on the ground, but we played all right. Especially, again, Sauce Gardner, a young corner out there, putting on the way that he did. And I want to get your thoughts on him. Steve, isn't it phenomenal to have a guy that was so highly touted like him coming out of the draft? We got him, and he's going out there and performing and just looking phenomenal. Doesn't it feel good to have a guy like that on your football team?
Oh, absolutely. Let me tell you something, Joe. That it feels terrific, and I got to tell you, for the very first time, and we haven't felt like this the last couple of years, I have never been excited to be a Jets fan as I was after this game today. Now it's going to be a tough test for the next couple of weeks, because now we have to go on the road the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
This road trip is huge for the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be playing again.
Hold on a second, Steve. Hold on a second, Steve. Before we get there, and you talk about because we'll be talking about that in the future on future shows, but give me your thoughts about the penalty yardage. I think that was huge in this game too. The fact that we gave up 105 yards on the penalties. Why do you think that just continues to be an issue with this football team, and when do you think it's going to get cleaned up?
Well, listen, yes, the penalty yards were a mistake, but you know something? The Jets defense that was playing very aggressive, on Tyreek Hill and on Jalen Waddle. And you know something, Joe? I'm just going to say this right now. I am going to say this right now. That is something that they do have to clean up and get ready for the next 2 weeks, because that was their other biggest mistake in this game. They did even though it was only 5 penalties, it was still over 100 yards, though. Yeah. And unfortunately, that came on defensive guys. But I'm going to say one thing right now. Earlier in the third quarter, when the Jets went for it on 4th one, and when Zach Wilson tried to throw it to Corey Davis, I didn't like the play call. Yeah. I did like the fact how they were aggressive, but that should have been defensive PI on Miami. I don't know how that is not defensive PI.
Yeah, it absolutely should have been. I don't understand how we didn't get that call, for Corey Davis. But my final question, Steve, before I let you go, because the lines are hot, and we'll get to everybody, 914-631-845. We'll get to you in just a second. Listen, Steve, give me your thoughts about Sulla and his performance. There's been a lot of people banging on the coaching staff. How are you feeling about Albridge, Sulla, the defensive game plan they put together, and what are your thoughts about Mike LaFleur? What were your thoughts about the Jets coaching staff as a whole in this football game?
The Jets coaching staff did a great job today. Listen, I still have concerns with Jeff Ulbrich, but today I will say he did well. Mike LaFleur coached a good game, and Saleh was very aggressive. Saleh did show some aggressiveness in this game. I'll tell you one thing. I think what's great about Saleh is when the Jets make a big play, he runs on the field like he's one of those players.
Yeah, He gets fired up. He gets absolutely fired up. Listen, Steve, I want to thank you for calling in. You have yourself a good one, all right, my friend?
All right, man. Enjoy Victory Monday tomorrow.
Absolutely, man.
All right, so.
Yes, we'll keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639, 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. Next, we're going to keep going. Oh, Frankie, call back in. We were just about to bring Frankie on the line. Frankie, call back in. We'll get right to you. Next, we're going to go to my guy, Rusty. Rusty, we're coming directly to you. For those of you that do not know Rusty, Rusty is a savage, man. Oh. It's a savage. Rusty's a straight savage. Salutes to you, Rusty. I want to thank you for calling in. Rusty, man, give me your thoughts about this Jets victory, 17-40. How are you feeling about the performance of Breece Hall in this game, man?
Salutes, Joe. Salutes, fellow savages. I loved his performance. Mm-hmm. I absolutely did. And that when he got the 79 yards, that was funny. That was actually on a 1st and 10 too. Mm-hmm. So go figure. We do it like once, and that's what happens. But run it every now. Yeah. So it is what it is. It's good. We won. Yeah. Good old 40 burgers taste good.
Yeah,
I'm happy about that.
I'll tell you what, man. He really stepped up and showed out in this football game. Again, he had 97 yards rushing. He had 100 yards receiving, which was huge. That set up some points for us as well. Man, he really, to me, was the offensive MVP. But one of the things that we have talked about a little bit but haven't talked about enough is our offensive line. I thought our offensive line was solid today, and guess what? This man, ATV, moves again, right? Dwayne Brown, first game playing for the New York Jets this year at left tackle. You got Tomlinson at guard. You got, McGovern at center, who was kind of up and down today. You had Herbig at right guard, and you had ATV at right tackle. Can you give me your thoughts about ATV and the fact that he can be moved around so much, man? What are your thoughts about how just his ability to just play pretty much every single spot on the line? I think the only thing he hasn't played is center at this point. How are you feeling about him, man?
I love AVT. That's like the one, that's the only, I don't know. You're a USC guy and I respect you, but you know what I mean? I love AVT. I was happy about that now. You know what I mean? Those draft picks that we gave up are nothing compared to it because, like you said, he's everything but a center yet. I mean, I don't even want to say that, but whatever. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's unbelievable how skilled you have to be with an IQ for all those different positions on the offensive line, left side, right side, then guards, then tackles. He's going to get big money, man, when his contracts come in. I'm telling you that he's like worth his weight in like rhodium. He's past gold, platinum, and palladium. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it really is.
I mean, he's so versatile. It's crazy. He's so versatile. He can be moved around, and his skill set is just absolutely out of it. But now to continue to move on, man, give me your thoughts about Sauce Gardner. I mean, defensively today, he was just all over the place. Big hit on Teddy Bridgewater, which got us the intentional ground and got us to safety. Then he has an interception during the game. Honestly, he's covering a lot of these guys out here in Miami's receiving guys, kind of shut down Jalen Waddle. Give me your thoughts about this young corner's performance in this football game.
Well, I mean, I was kind of mad when we got him 4th overall. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. With that, because you have to get somebody like on the Deion Sanders caliber, Revis caliber, those types of people. And it's like I heard the caller before say like it's not even a ceiling yet, which I agree with. And it's just it's like wow, It might have got something here. Yeah. And he's a freak. He's tall, he's lanky, and he can pop. And he already took out a quarterback. Yeah. So I mean, he hit him square perfectly right in his ribs. Yeah. It was just a good clean hit, but it was a thumper. Yeah. And when he gets like one more year under his belt, jeez,
man, it's gonna.
I don't know, because he's a rat for like a book rat for football, and he's super critical of himself and everything around. So, I mean, good God, what week 4 or 5 we're in, and next year,
Yeah.
Jeez. Or even it's just progressing with the season.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of upside, and it's
Yeah.
pretty ridiculously awesome.
Yeah, you're talking facts, Rusty. Now, my final question before I let you go, so these lines are hot. We'll get to everybody. Again, Frankie, Donovan, we'll get to you next. Give me your thoughts about the penalties today, man. They continue to be issues with the New York Jets, right? Today, 5 penalties, 105 yards coming off those penalties, literally gifted to the Dolphins. We saw it extend their drives. We saw it help them out, bail them out in situations. What are your thoughts about this, man? Do you think we'll ever get these issues with penalties cleaned up?
I mean, the refs call them so much on us and they don't call too. The 1 foot, with Sauce, that was pass. But the other one, I think it was, I don't know who they got for it, either Carter or Eccles.
They got Carter. They got Carter for one, and it was. Look, initially, I was like, I don't know if that's pass interference. But Rusty, he had a handful of his jersey, and that was when I was like, okay, they got to call that.
Compare to Corey's.
Yeah.
That's my issue, because that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. Definitely got to clean up those penalties, though.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna live by the sword, you die by the sword, I guess, with the aggression level.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you can counteract it, and I mean, that was crazy too. Hill got injured. I think he might have broke a rib too at the end. He got smacked. It was great. He got cocky, arrogant, and I loved how he was talking smack about the Jets and us and everything like that. And then they literally corralled them. It was pretty crazy looking. You know, they just had people spread out, and they were just hitting them hard too. Yeah. And I was liking it. He never got treated like that yet this year, and we were the ones to do it to him. So I'm happy about that. We blessed him.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
So that's good. Give him a little humble pie.
Yeah,
40 burgers.
We were super physical. Listen, Rusty, I got to get to the rest of these lines. I want to thank you for calling in, my friend. I got to slide off. You have yourself a good one, all right?
You too. Let's go Jets.
Absolutely, man. Listen, we're keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Again, wherever you're watching me from, please give the stream a thumbs up. Also, subscribe. Share the stream as well with your friends and your family across your social media. And when you do subscribe to the channel as well, hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Jets Mess says, hey, LBJ, what's going on? J.E. salutes to you as well. Good to see you in here. You know what I'm saying? Good to see everybody stopping on by. Drill as well. Good to see you in here. Drill says the Jets are coming. The NFL aren't ready for these Jets. I hear you. David Humble as well. Salutes to you. He says, we got some dogs. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We do got some dogs. You know what I'm saying? Boycott says as well. Salutes to you as well, my friend. Briac says, young talent in Joe we trust. Go Jets. Salutes to you as well. Socrates Johnson. Salutes to you too. Says LBJ is an OG in this Jets content game. Bruh, salutes. We'll keep coming to you guys as well in the chat, talking. Salutes to all the savages in the chat. We're going to get back to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. We're taking all callers. The lines are hot. Next, we'll come to Frankie. 914. We're coming directly to you. Donovan will come to you next. All the rest of the callers, hold on a second. Listen, salutes, my man. All right. Listen, Jets get a W. 17-40. Give me your thoughts about this New York Jets football team coming off this W. How are you feeling about the performance of Zach Wilson?
Yeah, he was good. Zach Wilson was good. He played a good game. You know, he didn't throw a pick, so that's good. You know, he played a conservative game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is what I wanted to see from the Jets. You know, this running game. You know, if we could run the ball, take the pressure off of Zach.
Yep.
I mean, we're going to be a football team, you know?
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to need Zach to step up, you know, in high-pressure situations. But a game like this, where you have a third-string quarterback, you want to run that ball. And Breece Hall, man, this kid is a star.
Yes.
I mean, oh, my God. This is the best player we've had since Curtis Martin. I mean, he's a star. 200 yards? Oh, my God, man.
Yeah, you know, look, he played unbelievably well today. He really carried us offensively, particularly at times. Again, him extending our drives with a lot of good rushing yards, getting us those first downs. Again, 97 yards on the ground, also had a touchdown. but the yardage he had in receiving, swinging out that backfield was unbelievable. He was the guy that first break that big play. I think it was a 79-yard catch and run for him with a lot of yak. You know what I'm saying? So he played unbelievable today, and I was just really surprised by his production in his game. Because, again, Brees is phenomenal. We all know that. But we got that tandem back as well. Michael Carter had a good game, too. 10 carries at 21 yards. He also swung out and caught the football as well. 2 catches, 12 yards. Like you said as well, the running game was on today, Frankie.
Yeah, and the thing is, I remember during the draft listening to Buffalo Bills fan. They could have had him, Brees Hall, and they needed a corner, so they got that kid Elam from Florida.
Yep.
They could have got Brees Hall, and I thought at that time it was a big mistake, and that's coming back to bite them. Because imagine the Bills with Brees Hall, my God. So I mean, our rookies are balling out, man. Even Sauce is a beast.
Yep.
And I was, hearing your last call, you talk about the penalties. I thought a lot of those penalties were BS. The referees they called all penalties against us, and I didn't agree with the penalty on Michael Carter, that pass interference, which was a big penalty at the time. We were still up only by 2 points.
Yep.
So that was a BS call to me. I know we had a lot of penalty yards, but I don't count a lot of those yardage.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Look, I understand people saying about the Michael Carter, and initially I said the same thing, but when they did another view of it, you could see that Michael Carter had a handful of his jersey, and it was like, but I'll tell you what, there was also a call. I looked the other way, and Corey Davis literally just got blasted before he could even catch a football, and they didn't call pass interference.
Right,
so,
right.
It kind of is what it is there.
It was shoddy. The referees were shoddy. They weren't consistent today.
Yeah.
And it happens. It happens, but thank God it didn't bite us. But, the Jets, I mean, I think this is we have a different feel. Our defense, our defense, our run defense, it wasn't that great. They weren't that great today, but they only gave up 17 points. So I mean, it wasn't as egregious as I thought, because in the third quarter, I just thought they were just running the ball down our throat a little bit.
They were,
and it didn't look good. But then we had a good fourth quarter. We've been a good fourth quarter team, which is a testament to the character of the team, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilson, I mean, I think he's going to be good too, because it seems like he's a smart kid. He's a team player. And, today they didn't need him today. They just relied on the running game, and they didn't need him.
Yeah.
So we'll see when we need him if he step up for us.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it. We saw it against, various teams. We saw it in the last W we got against Steelers down the stretch. It was Zach Wilson doing everything, and handling business. But today, again, we switch into a different mode. We take what they give us, and we ride the hot hand running the football. And, again, Brees coming out the backfield catching the football, too. And Zach Wilson was finding him out there in those coverages. So, yeah, today was all about Brees, and he handled business. Now, my final question for you, Frankie, before I let you go, these lines is hot. Give me your thoughts about this New York Jets pass rush, man. How are you feeling about them being able to close things out in the fourth and get after the quarterback? We saw Lawson have a big sack and fumble. John Franklin Myers was rushing, causing all kind of havoc. We also saw Quinton Williams with another sack. I think this is his third, his sack. He's had a sack in the last 3 games, so he's looking good as well. How do you feel about our front so far, man?
Yeah, I thought John Franklin Myers had a great game today. I mean, he was all over the place. He was all over the field. He had a great game. And remember, that the interception by Gardner was caused by John Franklin Myers' pressure. That's why
fact.
He was able to intercept that pass.
Yep.
Yeah, and Carl Lawson, man, he's been stepping up. That's the guy we need to step up. He's got to be the dude, and he's been playing well. And Quinton Williams is a beast. JJ, he'll be good. I remember during the draft, I think Cosell, he's a good analyst. He said he's going to be good, and he's going to be a good guy. He just needs some more reps, and he'll be good in the future. And so, I mean, yeah, the pass rush today was great. I know the Miami Dolphins line they're banged up and they're not that good, but we'll see next week. I think Green Bay has a little bit of a better line. They could run the ball too, so that could be a test for us. So we'll see. Yeah. But so far, I mean, this game, they showed up this game. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Frankie, I got to slide off. You have yourself a good one, my friend. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Jets, baby, Jets.
Absolutely, man. You already know. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Again, when you call in, please make sure your background noise is nothing. Okay, I don't need to hear any background noise. Make sure your phone's good to go as well. And if I don't know your name, I'm going to call your area code. Please know your area code. I've had discussions with people that, don't know their area code. So when I call them, they don't know that I'm talking to them. So I'm talking to you. Please know your area code, all right? We're coming off of a big win today by the New York Jets, 40-17. 40-17, the Jets defense was able to put some things together. Again, salutes to all the savages in the chat as well. Christopher Phillips says, we won. Amen. Yes, we got it done today. And we were able to take care of business, okay? Again, we'll keep getting to these lines, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, I'm going to my guy, Donovan. Donovan, we're coming directly to you. Listen, Donovan, salutes, man. I'm fired up, Donovan. I don't know if you fired up. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, when I yurt, you yurt back. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Listen to me.
Enough of the nonsense. Let's get it.
40 to 17. 40 to 17. Give me your thoughts about Breece Hall's performance today, Donovan. Let's go.
A monster. You can't stop him. You just hope to contain him. Let's get it. It's whatever. I'm not for nobody better talk to me crazy this week. We got that dub tied for the AFC. Let's go. Enough of the nonsense. Let's go. Here we go.
Talk. I said talk to him today.
Whatever.
Talk to them today. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Like we didn't just win the game. I don't care about these penalties.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we got penalties. This is the first time I've seen the Jets overcome penalties. Usually we get a penalty, it's the end of the game. It's the end. We get one penalty, personal foul, and it's done. We overcoming it? What kind of team is this? We ain't seen this since, 2015? Come on, man. Let's go. Talk heavy.
Talk, Donovan. I need you to talk. Listen, this Jets defense to me is what was unbelievable in this game, right? We saw a great pass rush, especially down the stretch, but Sauce Gardner was phenomenal in this game, man. Give me your thoughts about this young guy showing up and showing out.
Yo, first play of the game, you sent a corner blitz. I got to give it up. We was talking crazy about Jeff Albrecht.
Talk.
We were saying we got to fire him.
Go ahead and talk.
But you call a corner blitz first play of the game, safety? Yo, I didn't even want Sauce as the first pick. That's why I'm just a UPS driver. That's all I do. I deliver boxes. Okay. That's why they get paid the way they get paid.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. That's what I'm talking. Listen, there's a fire over here, man.
Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
You setting things on fire around here, Donovan. Listen, a lot of people
we
was talking.
Like we didn't just win the game.
I'm telling
you. We just won the game. Come on, man. We don't get a lot of dubs around here.
Yeah.
Get it.
A lot of people was talking. Listen, Sauce has shown up and shown out. Today's game, he was unbelievable. Unbelievable. He played extremely well. Now, there's another player on defense that I thought really made a lot of critical stops and plays too, and that's Quan Alexander. Man, this dude was flying around, hitting everything that moved. We saw him blast Tyreek Hill on a come around. We saw him make a tackle as well on a back to stop a guy. This is my final question for you, Donovan. Give me your thoughts about Quan Alexander and what he's been given to this team this year as well.
Lay the wood. Lay the wood. That's it. That's it. Tyreek Hill. Go, yo, get out of my state. Get out of New York. Get out of Jersey. We're going to send you Newark Airport. We're going to send you to the crappiest one. And then we're going to send you first class. Go enjoy your state tax. Get out of here, B. Get the hell out of here, man. We ain't playing with you, man. That's why you try to tackle Quinton. Get the hell out of you. You know I can't curse. But if I can curse, you know what I'll be saying right now.
Yeah,
get out of here, man.
Listen.
Try to tackle Quinton Williams, man. We put him right in the dirt, right where you should be. You're lucky you got that pass interference. You living off of your name.
Ooh.
That wasn't no pass interference on you, Daddy-O. Come on, man.
Talk to him.
If that was a pass interference, then Corey Davis was a pass interference. Like, what are we talking about right now? But that's all right. We overcome. It is what it is. Let's get some.
That's what listen, Donovan. This has been a fire call for me.
Just like that. It is what it is.
Listen, let me give you a
History.
hand, man.
We won. Everybody on this line talking like we didn't. We got a big win.
Give him a hand, man.
Now my thing is this.
Go ahead, Donovan. Go ahead.
Okay, we had problems. You know what? It's better to win with those problems and overcome the penalties and everything. We used to get penalties and it'd be done for the game. One penalty would just sideline this whole entire team. What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about? We just got a W against a division team. I hate Miami.
Yeah.
Who the hell likes Dolphins? Get out of here. We Sharks, baby. Let's go.
Whoo. Listen, Donovan, this has been a fire call from you. I want to thank you for calling in. You have yourself a good night, man. Whoa.
All right, Joe. I'm all at you, Joe.
All right. Peace, man. Jeez. Donovan calling in with heat, bruh. He called in with straight fire, okay? Now, look, the penalty stuff, we do need to settle down because, again, there are great teams that we're going to be playing, and we gift them yards. There's going to be big-time issues. But, man, we did what it took. We did what it took in this game, and we handled business, and we got the dub. That's what happens. And like Donovan said as well, a lot of people disrespecting, some of our guys. The league having issues with some of our guys too. These guys put on today. They played well. They played very well. And again, the Jets defense I thought was phenomenal, man. I thought it was phenomenal. Again, we had some issues with Mozart. He was running the ball heavy. Again, he had over 100 yards on us today. But down the stretch, we were able to handle business. Sauce played phenomenal. We saw Quinton Williams step up as well, right? We saw Carl Lawson step up, get a big strip sack. That helped. We saw John Franklin Myers putting pressure on guys. His pressure turned into a turnover for Sauce, getting that interception. We saw Whitehead flying around today, right? You go to the offensive side of the ball. Breece Hall, another young guy, another rookie, playing unbelievable. Big time in the receiving game. Had great rushes today as well, too. Then you turn around. Garrett Wilson is contributing. Corey Davis is looking good out there. He's rolling. He should have got that pass interference call, but he didn't get it. Zach Wilson just taking what the defense gives him. Not doing nothing crazy, Not trying to be the hero. Didn't turn the ball over today. Just took what the defense gave him and did what he needed to do. And again, the offensive line, a lot of people not talking about that. We've had a lot of moving and shaking around this offensive line. A lot of stuff going on, right? Movement all along this line. Dwayne Brown coming back today. Played well at left tackle. Played solidly. Then you got ATV over on the right side. Max Mitchell dealing with an injury. They moved ATV from left tackle last week to right tackle this week. Play solid over there too. The versatility of ATV is unreal. You got Herbig there at right guard. Man, this Jets football team is scrapping. No excuses. They go and they play to the wall. And you can say whatever. Oh, there's no Bridgewater. Listen, man, this is football. Okay? You strap it up and you go out there and you make it happen. Nobody gives a crap, okay, at all. When we didn't have Zach Wilson, nobody said, oh, well, y'all don't have Zach. So nobody said none of that. They said, hey, you lost or you won. That's it. So I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear it. We took care of business today. And the issues or whatever else, we put it all aside and we handled it. Now, the penalty stuff, you don't want to have that continue. They got to clean it up. But, man, this was a great Jets victory today, filled with contributions from young players, guys that we're hoping to continue to go forward with to be our future. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable victory today. So with that said, I'm going to close out the show. This has been a fire show. Fire. Full of fire takes. Salutes to everybody that called in. Donovan called in with some fire. Some fire on the last one, man. Woo. That was some takes right there.
Here we go.
He called in with some fire, man. Straight fire. So I'm going to go ahead and close out the show. All right. I want to thank everybody for watching, everybody for hanging out, all that stuff, man. Again, this is always great to do directly after we watch the show, or directly after we watch the game. So listen, I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. I am also on Twitter as well. Going over to Twitter, type in @The Long Beach Joe, @The Long Beach Joe. All right, go ahead and follow that page. All right, I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. At all times. All right? I'm telling you, guy is extremely versatile. You can move him all over the place. It doesn't matter. You know? Maybe he plays center next week. Who knows? You know? Because Connor McGovern's kind of up and down. You know what I'm saying? So, ATV's playing well. You want to troll me again, I'll go back and forth. You know, my personal page as well is @YoungJ000. Again, @YoungJ000. Again, let's go back and forth. You can also catch me live on YouTube as well. Going over to YouTube, type in Long Beach Joe Jets. Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. All right? Type that in, subscribe. Okay? Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Hey, also give the videos a thumbs up. Share them with your friends and your family across the social media as well. All right? That's always greatly appreciated. If you want to troll me, we can go back and forth, and I'll troll you right in the comments. No issues whatsoever. All right? Let's go back and forth. And as always, people, when you see me in person, because you will see me in person eventually, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. Free hugs for everyone. The hugs will cost you absolutely nothing. Okay? They will always remain free. I want to thank you folks for listening. I want to thank you folks for watching. I want to thank you folks for calling in. Without you people, I'm absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking the times out of your day to do all those things, to call in, listen, you know what I'm saying, and watch. You folks are the absolute best. So we're going to go ahead and go. Again, salutes. Jets big victory, 17-40. It was a great game. You folks have a good one. Peace. 1 second, folks. All right, I should be back. Listen, salutes to everybody. I got to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for joining the show, listening, everybody that called in. This was a phenomenal victory by the New York Jets. It's always great to watch the game with y'all and then have these live radio shows directly after. Always fun to have this kind of discourse with y'all and go back and forth. So for those of you that are new subscribers, anybody that's new that's watching me, ! Links in the chat brings up my link tree. All right. My link tree has the links to all of my social media platforms. It also has all of the links to my YouTube pages as well. Please go there and contact or follow me across all my YouTube pages. Follow me across all my social media platforms. And also subscribe to all my YouTube pages and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know, okay? Also, your boy's wearing pink as well. Why? Because I'm all about fighting against breast cancer, okay? I have partnered with the Susie G. Komen Foundation. If you click that link there, that leads you to a fundraiser page for my partnership with the Susie G. Komen Foundation. And we're just trying to raise $100 to fight breast cancer and bring awareness to breast cancer as well. It's just a small amount. Anything that you can give, $1, $2, $3, it's greatly appreciated, all right? And I want to thank everybody that does that, okay? So we'll continue that throughout the month of breast cancer. We're going to have a lot of fun. We'll have people on as well to have discussion about breast cancer and how it's affecting the world, you know what I mean? Just so that we continue to bring awareness is a big thing. As well, also, for those of you that are new to this number is the number to the show. It'll be the number to the show for the foreseeable future. So, when I do my shows, of course, we do live watch-alongs like we did today. We watch the game together, and then directly after the game, we have a live radio show. So we do that. But there are some times where we have shows during the week. Those are usually around about 7 p.m. Eastern. If you follow me across my social media platforms, you'll know exactly when I'm going to go live because I announce it hours, if not like a day or days before. And so we do that too, and we have a lot of fun doing that as well. So if you want to get on the show, you can call in early, especially when we have them at 7 p.m. Eastern. Call about 5 to 10 minutes before the line opens, and you'll be able to get on early. You wait. You'll hear me come on. I'll talk about what we're going to discuss, and then you'll be on. Again, be patient. We get callers. Keep in mind that if I don't know you, I'm going to call you by your area code. Please know what your area code is. I've had people call in, and they don't know what their area code is. All right? Please know what your area code is. Be by your phone. Make sure that your phone's good to go and there's a connection. Also, make sure that there's no background noise. If it's crazy background noise, I'm going to have to move on. I cannot have all that loud, crazy stuff called in. The guy sound like he was on a jackhammer. You know what I'm saying? I can't have that, all right? I need to be able to hear you. My audience needs to be able to hear you. So when you call in, please make sure that your audio is, solid so I can be able to hear you and we can, have a good discourse and go back and forth. So that's always fun to do. And again, we do these live watch-alongs when my, schedule allows. I'll definitely do that. I definitely do this, and we have a lot of fun doing this, as you guys saw today. Again, I'll repost the radio show. I've had people say, hey, Joe, I watched you. Where's the radio show? I'll cut the radio show and post that up as well so you guys don't miss it, so you don't have to go through this entire video. So, don't worry. If you want to watch the reaction part to the game and then watch the, radio show on the next one, that's fine. That's, I'll do that. I've had people ask for that, so I'll do that now. So I'll be posting that soon. And again, for those of you that there's people that just love the audio of the show, and that'll continue as well. That'll be automatically uploaded too, just the audio and everything. So that's going on. We also game on this channel when I have time as well. So if you see me pop up playing NBA 2K, Madden, Street Fighter, something like that, I cannot wait for Street Fighter 6 to, come out officially. That's going to be a lot of fun. We do that too. So if you catch your boy playing some games, come on in and talk with me. We go back and forth. We shoot the breeze and, talk about life and all kind of other things. So that's always fun as well. So we do all that over here and we have a lot of fun. Also, again, the YouTube channels are in there. There'll be content coming for the YouTube channels. Don't worry. It's coming soon. My schedule's just all over the place, as y'all very well know, especially the guys that have been around for a long time. But believe me, it's coming. We'll figure it out. They got a lot of fun things coming for it as well. So with that said, I got to get out of here. Listen, folks, be safe, okay? Be safe. There's a lot of crazy things going on in this world. I don't know what's happening, okay? But it's crazy, all right? Be safe. Sit down with your friends and your family, okay? Enjoy some good food. Sit down, watch some good TV. Make some good moments with the people that you love, and let the people that you love know that you love them, okay? That's what it's all about with me. I'm hoping that that's what it's about with y'all. Let the people that are close to you, that you love the most, your family, your friends, your loved ones, let them know that you love them, okay? That's extremely important in today's time. So I'm going to go ahead and get on up out of here. I'll see y'all guys down the road. I'll let you guys know when we're having the next show. It's probably going to be it's probably going to be Friday. It's probably going to be the next show, but I'll let y'all know. Listen, I got to get out of here. You folks